Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash, and this is episode, is it 6 now? Let's go to Eeloo. So, time is ticking. I don't think, we don't have the alarm clock here. We don't have a huge time pressure deadline, but we do need to get a communications network up. So, one of the things I talked about last episode, and thanks for those that were commenting, was getting a communications network up around Kerbin. So, I think what the attempt is going to be is a geosynchronous communications network with 3 satellites in a 120-degree-ish orbit, or positions in orbit from each other. Anyway, so I have a sample ship here. I spent a little bit of time designing, and I hope that it will be good enough. It's kind of going to be a proof of concept, I think, and just see how things go. So the satellite itself is in here. We'll see that later. And I have a return ship here because we're going to fly it up with a Kerbal in charge. Until we at least figure out what's going on, we maybe get 1 or 2 satellites up for the remote tech to be able to connect and control the other unmanned satellites when we launch them. And then this thing's, fairly standard. It's not a very big rocket, but more than enough power, and should easily get a satellite up into geosynchronous Kerbal orbit. So let's head to the launch pad, and just have to pick our Kerbal, of course, too. Not Jeb. Hope we don't kill anyone here, but we'll take Bartwell. He's rather dumb. Having some frozen yogurt. Yum yum. I wanted to record the episode on the weekend. Ooh, it's bendy. Why is it? Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna have to. I think I forgot. That's what I forgot. Those leg thingies. Stability enhancer, there we go. Get a couple of those. And a couple here. And we don't want them to release at this point in time. So yeah, we'll probably have to do this again, because I don't understand why this doesn't remember who you pick. Okay. So I wanted to record this on the weekend, but oh man, was it a busy weekend. 2 structure fires in one day. One of them we were at for 10 hours, which is pretty crazy. There we go, that's the correct way to do this. I do have some solar panels on here. I've got RCS. Yeah, so I wanted to record, I was going to record on the weekend, but that didn't happen. Sunrise, we'll just launch shortly after sunrise here. Okay, so I'm going to go up and pretty much launch straight to geostationary, so that way any stuff that I have will get, any parts that I am injecting will fall back. We don't need to worry about debris. Let's see, thrust to weight is pretty, not as high as normal, so. Okay, I'm gonna launch. Didn't do the countdown there, but it should be okay. And unfortunately, I didn't install the Mark II cockpit thingy yet. So I don't have the ability to do this from inside the ship. Okay. Do have to rotate as well. Woo, there we go. Just the way I have these dropping off, it's easier to keep kind of vertical stability here if I've rotated. I'm really trying to push over now. I really just pretty much going to get to about 45 degrees and stay there. And now I'm going to have to be stable while these release. Whoop. Hit something there. So yeah, see now we've got still this vertical control, whereas side to side doesn't matter as much. Whereas I could easily flip out vertically here if I go too far or too hard, which I'm Probably getting close to. And yeah, this is not going to be the most efficient. There we are. Not the most efficient, but essentially we're going to keep it at about 45 degrees and keep the periaps below the surface. And then other stages and things here should fall back, is the plan. And the idea is going to be this upper stage here. We'll take the satellite up, release it, and I'll take it all the way to geostationary. This thing doesn't have a lot of delta V itself. Release it. Speaking of, oh shoot, is that up there? Oh crap. Oh, that's these. I can probably do them now. Just do that. There we go. And we can get a first look here at the satellite. So I've got 3 dishes. And that's where my Kerbal engineer is as well, I guess. I've got batteries, I've got solar panels, I've got fuel, and a little rocket engine for changes. And we're gonna just keep this still somewhere around 45 degrees. 90 degrees direction. And yeah, we want the periaps to come up somewhat, but it doesn't matter too much how much. We're all just gaining to orbital velocity here. We're already at almost 2,000, so. And this stage didn't have a ton of thrust to weight ratio either, but it didn't matter because we're at 6 minutes to apoaps. So yeah, pretty tired and sore still from the weekend. That 10-hour call came at in the middle of the night as well, so I'd had a couple hours sleep, and then I had to go out essentially 10 hours of firefighting. Okay, gotta actually watch the apoaps here, because we want to get up to 2868 kilometers. So already at almost 1,000 kilometers. There we are, 1,000 kilometers. I don't know what that was. Some sort of bump there in the ship. And looking for 2868 or so. Getting close, getting close. We'll just go up gradually here. Very gradually. Alright, it's close enough. And then when we get up there, we'll start to circularize just to the point where I can drop this off and it'll fall back. And then we should be able to release and all will be good. So let's see. That is an interesting orbit there. Things are going to be coming back in fairly screaming fast. This little endpoint tank here. What do we got? 574 meters a second left too, so not going to be using much at the top end. We're already out of communication. We could turn one of these on and start to see how the communication system works and how much electric charge it takes. So why don't we do that? Aim it at mission control, activate. And it's still not showing green. Although we are green. Oh, what the heck? That looks like it's a piece from, it looks like it's a piece from, what's it called? The other controller instead of Kerbal Engineer. MechJeb, that's what it is. How are we doing for... We are actually dropping in energy. Partly because it seems like I have my panels over here, so... If I go up like this, get a little bit more direct sunlight. Okay. Now what? Now we're gaining again. Good. Barely, though. It's very, very not balanced there. Or, it's very balanced, I guess. Now I'm a little worried these panels aren't going to be enough on this thing. We'll see. We will see. Okay, let's head up to Kerbal stationary orbit. Or Kerbal stationary. So we're in a transfer orbit here, although not really, because we're not actually in orbit. This is still a suborbital trajectory. It looks like we're going to be in a really good line for mission control when we get up here. I'm hoping it's going to be right pointing directly at it, because we are going to be slowing down quite a bit as we get up there. So dropping below 1,000 meters a second relative to Kerbin. Speed things up a little bit here. It's going to take a bit to get there. Yeah, it's still have a still pointing there, so it's good. Slowly kind of catching up to where we are. Actually, a little bit on this side might even be better, because as you're launching... Whoa, need to slow down there. 26 seconds. And I'm pointing the exact wrong direction. Let's burn some RCS. Do. Not going to make it in time. That's okay. It's one of the reasons. Well, it doesn't really matter. There's lots of time to get this figured out. So here's the point now, though, where I got to be careful and let this thing go below 25 kilometers. And then I'm just going to back it off a little bit. There we go. And then this launching back should actually leave it in an even smaller trajectory there for that, so less than 25. Okay, now we need to bring this up all the way, though. So this is going to take a good amount of delta V. Didn't exactly calculate how much, but let's see. Already dropping away. We should be able to watch it burn up in the atmosphere too. That should be fun. One of the other things I'm going to watch is the orbital period, because we want the orbital period to be, is it 6 hours? I think it's 6 hours. So we're at 2863 by 26. Yeah, it's going to be 6 hours. It's going to be the, and that should be the same as for the semi-major axis. I don't actually know what the semi-major axis needs to be for this, but I do know we want 6 hours on the orbital period. And that's a cat in the litter box in here. That's great. Thanks, kitty. Okay, and I should just be able to use... Yeah, that's rather annoying. Might just pause while she's doing that. Okay, I'm back. Silly cat in the litter box. We need to work that litter box situation out. Okay, what I'm going to do is release now, because it's actually going to, when I release this direction, give it a little bit more. Probably too much. But the orbital period is just about right. If I decouple this here. Now we have to switch to it and get it... No, it's talking to mission control, so it should be good. Okay, so there it goes. Just a little extra boost. Takes it just up over 6 hours. But what we need to do as well is think about the power usage here. Okay, well, we'll get it right at 6 hours anyway. What's the best direction to burn? I don't really know. Let's go this way. Okay, that's close enough that it needs to be. So this one we'll do activate. I'll target the... For now, we're going to target active vessel with this. Activate it. I think that's good now. Now we need to point so that we're getting some sun, because I think this thing will just run out of power fairly quickly otherwise. Alright, somewhere around there, and then we'll rotate it so we get a couple panels facing the sun. This is a flaw of this design, I think, is How are we doing for power? Oh, crap. It does not. That's with 2 of these running. It's using 0.82. Another one's going to use 0.82. What do these give? 0.53. Yeah, there's a problem anyway. So proof of concept may have an issue. We've also got waste heat listed there, but it doesn't seem to be going up. I don't have any radiators yet. That's a problem. I'm really not very happy with this tech tree, I'm gonna say. I really think that some of the solar panels and things, battery technology is like over 100 years old. And solar panels, maybe a little bit more new. I'm not sure exactly when solar panels first started coming into use, but an unmanned flight has, been around for, World War II. They were able to, from Berlin, or from somewhere in Germany anyway, hit London with V2 rockets. Those are suborbital rocket technology, and then it was just shortly after World War II they were able to make, orbit-capable ICBMs and things like that. So anyway, really am seriously considering doing my own tech tree. Need some time to figure that out, though. Anyway, let's see here. Nothing else to do on this one. We're green on there, so we are connected to the space center. So let's switch back to this ship. We will deorbit. Whoa. We'll deorbit this ship. We're not going to hit you, are we, with any exhaust blast here? No, we have tons of fuel left. Wow. I definitely miscalculated how much fuel this upper stage would need. Okay. And I don't have the Kerbal Engineer on here. That was unfortunate. But that's okay. We can just bring this back. I did put a heat shield on this thing because I know that's one thing this cockpit wouldn't have, is a heat shield, so added one in. Yeah, tons of extra delta V. That should be good enough, I think. Won't come in too steep. Okay, we're gonna have to eject a number of pieces here, but why don't we do that now? I guess. We've got our little bit of battery here. I've got a parachute up in here for return. I think this thing can eject off. It's yeah, it's that, right, that I want. Yes. So this thing should, although it might stay connected. Oh yeah, you know what? I really need the extra ones of these that they both separate out, maybe. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. One of the other things I want to see was the debris, because this one should be falling back, and yeah, it should, I think, hit before us. So let's just go and find out. There goes our probe. I wonder if we can rename that. It's not a probe. Have to see if there's a satellite designation. I mean, that probably is satellite designation because the image looks like a satellite. Yeah, so it's already, velocity is much higher than ours. So it's definitely going to hit first. I think it'll hit and burn up and give us lots of time still for switching back. Can I switch to it right here? Oh, and it's doing this thing. I think this is a remote tech issue. So we're gonna have to do a quick switch back to the other ship as well, and hopefully it's not in the atmosphere when we switch to it. Oh, we need to look at the debris. That's why. We're on one debris. Fly that. hopefully we're going to be coming in on a daylight side. Nope, nighttime. That's unfortunate. Sorry about that. When we get close to atmosphere, I'm just going to make sure everything's still okay for the height of this ship. Oh yeah, we're still 350 kilometers out, so... Okay. Obviously we have no control on this ship, and it's coming in much steeper. Or is it? I don't know what happened there. The debris seems to be, oh well, not as steep, I guess. Anyway, here it goes. It's going to start flipping. This is the end that's probably going to stick down, and it's starting to raise in temperature. Wee, wee, wee. Alright, there's re-entry effects. Shouldn't be, there it goes. There's the overheating. And... I love that sound effect. Oh, that was a different one too. Okay, quickly switching back to my ship where people need to survive in. Boron 1 ship. It says it's orbiting. Oh yeah, it is orbiting. It's just suborbital. Kind of. Not really, I guess. Technically. Okay, and we will, should be doing okay for power. Even though we're on a dark side here. Oh, you know what? If I were to release this now again, it would be... Whoa, why is this so hard to control? I think I might have been hitting the wrong buttons. That's why. Yeah, maybe I should be thinking about... Maybe I should have come in a little steeper, because this is going to end up in orbit. Anyway, I can switch to it later, if need be. So let's try to eject some parts here. Decouple that, leaving our that thingy, and then this isn't going to work. I'm guessing this is going to stick on. So actually, I'm going to leave it because otherwise, just this thing I think will fly off, and don't need that flying around. And the parachute. Let's set its altitudes. I forgot to do that in the. Do that, and. It should be okay. I hope it's going to be going to be okay with this thing sticking around. Okay, we got a little bit of time here. Still to go. And I hope also it's stable in that direction. I have no RCS anymore, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, it probably... I wonder if it'll be close enough to burn up. That's something I hope, anyway. Might not be the case, but... Yeah, it's starting to take off. We have more drag than it. Which, if you look at the shapes of them, this thing's probably a lot of drag. I wonder if it's going to heat up. It does appear to be heating up, actually. Oh, that thing's already fairly warm. And cooling, though. Oh, I wonder if I've, I might not have come in steeply enough here. 38 might be too little. Anyway, can't hit that. Yep, I think that was a little too shallow. Oh, well, we'll come around for another pass. Hi. Hi, little girl. I see some of my girls here, and I'm being told it's bedtime. I'm recording this on a weeknight, which is... I had special dispensation to record on a weeknight because I missed my weekend recording. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to fly this around. Not as high this time. She's being silly. Okay, here we are, coming in again. this should be... And it did actually orient itself the correct direction too, so that's good. I didn't think about bringing food and things like that because I didn't think I'd be up there that long, and I'm not. It's not that big of a deal. Still have 85% of our food supplies. Okay. Should, I think, come in this time. Hear someone singing in the background. Still, oh, this thing's surface thing just switched on, but we still have some orbital velocity here, although I think that's disappearing quickly. There, it's switched now. Now we're suborbital. Excellent. Okay. And I don't think we need to worry again about the temperatures here. No, we're fine there. And ablation's continuing on, but minimal as well. So the big thing is really going to be the parachute. Will the parachute go? Fairly important stuff, these parachutes, when you have nothing else. Well, there's the ablation really going now. And slowing down at about 2 Gs and increasing. 2.5 Gs. Wow, that actually ablated quite a bit away there. That's actually impressive. I think that's the lowest I've ever gotten a heat shield to go before. Alright, just hitting all these things. There's the parachute. It's looking good so far. I'd go cockpit view, but it's not going to show anything, and then we're going to be landing on the land too. That's kind of exciting. Do we need a crew report from here? Hey, we do! Awesome. There's some science. And let's just speed this part up again. Whoa, a little closer to the ground than I thought. There we go. There's some parts falling off. Heat shield, I think. Yes, we are in the Highlands. It's rather mountainous around here. Okay. And we're home. Let me just quickly see if we need a surface or a sample from here at all. Ah, 2.3 science. We'll keep it. EVA report? Nothing. And we'll just recover that for very minor amounts of science. 7.4 science. All right. Okay, so next episode, since we'll check in on this satellite anyway and see how it's doing. See if it's going to run out of power or not. I think it is. Maybe heat might increase too. I don't know. And then either we're going to do a redesign on that, or we're going to have to perform some more science to unlock that next tier of solar panels, which I think is probably going to be the way we need to go. And I think that next tier also has radiators, so we really should be able to design a good satellite at that point. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. My name is Hillstash. I'll see you soon. So I have a sample ship here. I spent a little bit of time designing, and I hope that it will be good enough. It's kind of going to be a proof of concept, I think, and just see how things go. So the satellite itself is in here. We'll see that later. And I have a return ship here because we're going to fly it up with a Kerbal in charge. Until we at least figure out what's going on, we maybe get 1 or 2 satellites up for the remote tech to be able to connect and control the other unmanned satellites when we launch them. And then this thing's, fairly standard. It's not a very big rocket, but more than enough power, and should easily get a satellite up into geosynchronous Kerbal orbit. Hours, which is pretty crazy. There we go. That's the correct way to do this. I do have some solar panels on here. I've got RCS. Yeah, so I wanted to record. I was going to record on the weekend, but that didn't happen. Sunrise. We'll just launch shortly after sunrise here. Okay. So I'm going to go up and pretty much launch straight to geostationary, so that way any stuff that I have will get any parts that I am ejecting will fall back. We don't need to worry about debris. Let's see, thrust to weight. So let's head to the launch pad. And, just have to pick our Kerbal, of course, too. Not Jeb. Hope we don't kill anyone here, but we'll take Bartwell. He's rather dumb. Having some frozen yogurt. Yum yum. I wanted to record the episode on the weekend. Ooh, it's bendy. Why is it? Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna have to. I think I forgot. Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash, and this is episode, is it 6 now? Let's go to Eeloo. So time is ticking. I don't think, we don't have the alarm clock here. We don't have a huge time pressure deadline, but we do need to get a communications network up. So one of the things I talked about last episode, and thanks for those that were commenting, was getting a communications network up around Kerbin. So I think what the attempt is going to be is a geosynchronous communications network with 3 satellites in a 120 degree-ish orbit, or positions in orbit from each other. Anyway, that's what I forgot. Those leg thingies. Stability enhancer, there we go. Get a couple of those. And a couple here. And we don't want them to release at this point in time. So yeah, we'll probably have to do this again, because I don't understand why this doesn't remember who you pick. Okay. So I wanted to record this on the weekend, but oh man, was it a busy weekend. 2 structure fires in one day. One of them we were at for 10